there, Scorpio. Welcome to your end of October 2023 General Tarot Update. It's Rena here. So I'm recording this on the first day of Scorpio season. So happy solar return. And the first card I get is the moon. Wow, is that cool? This deck has corresponding crystals with each card to represent the card. It's funny, not surprisingly, the moon had the moonstone, so there's your card, the death card of transformation. Okay. The heart of the matter is the moon card, and this is a card that in some cases, it can mean that the person is becoming more creative, that they are more intuitive at this time. Sometimes it can be that nagging feeling that someone is not telling you the whole truth about something. I think that's Scorpio's, that's the story of your life. And people who have Scorpio, Sun, Mercury, for instance, they tend to be, maybe Mars, they tend to be very aggressive in trying to uncover what's really going on. Sometimes they might be on track. Sometimes they just might be overly suspicious and paranoid. But in this case, you might be feeling it because you're a water sign, so you may have heightened intuition as it is. In the past position, we have the Ace of Swords, which is a card of the truth, the clarity of your mind returning, and that sense of being able to see things as they are. Yeah, another thing about the moon card is it can be a card of deception, but it can also be a card of self-deception. Not just somebody lying to you, but you lying to yourself. So the Ace of Swords is kind of like coming out of that fog, and sometimes it's a self-imposed fog. Why do people do that? Because they really are emotionally connected to something, and they don't want to, feel like they've been deceived, because then they would have to break up with that person, or if this is a family member, they would feel that sense of disappointment. So there are reasons why people choose to believe lies or, glaring omissions. But anyway, and also the moon card is connected to Pisces in the tarot. It's the moon rules Cancer in astrology, so I suppose it could be that connection as well. The higher message is the Hierophant, and this is a card that is connected to religion, so any kind of emphasis on the spiritual versus the material. This is connected to Taurus, which is your opposite sign. And in terms of, because this is a card of marriage, what if there is some kind of person that you're seeing and you don't trust that person? Maybe they have done something that makes it logical that you wouldn't trust them. The Hierophant, to me, says, is this person marriage material? I don't mean like necessarily a legal marriage, but, is this a lifetime partner for you? Or is this someone that you don't feel like you could invest your feelings in? If people were that pragmatic about who they're seeing, that would make all the difference. But we're told that we're supposed to be so romantic and all of this stuff, but it really sometimes boils down to that. If you don't trust someone, how can you build a life with them? And also, do you trust yourself? The Hierophant, in terms of God, your connection to source energy is not dependent on someone, in your life, what they think. All you have to do is trust yourself. If you believe that someone's lying to you, um, have enough faith in your own perception that you won't be dependent on somebody agreeing with, oh yeah, or or you need to prove that it's true or not, because that can waste a lot of time, and some people certainly have done that. What crosses you is the Four of Wands, which is a card of marriage, a card of a happy marriage, a card, I don't know. This is interesting imagery. I don't really know what that's all about. Although in the Rider-Waite deck, they show people dancing too. But it's a card of a new home. But this is in the challenge position. So it's really underscoring, for people who are either thinking about taking their relationship to the next level, or they're already in that domestic situation, that something isn't right, that something is turned upside down. And the Moon card is, the catalyst for that, the deceit. And that can turn a happy home into something that is anything but. What is coming in is the Death card, which is your card. And this is a card of, transitions, endings, irrevocable endings. Are you capable of seeing that something is over with? Now, it's interesting because they do have this sideways 8, which is the infinity symbol. And so whenever we talk about death, people think of finality, but it really is an ongoing saga, and something new comes in its place. So no one should ever fear the ending of something and think that even that thing itself, like if somebody gets divorced, if you are doing it right, it doesn't have to be ugly. It doesn't have to be something that you never talk about that person. Think about, I know that this happens where people, they might have kids with that other person, maybe multiple kids, and they don't even want to hear that person's name. Oops, that was weird. My lamp toppled over right when I said that. But think about that. Think about, I don't even have kids, but I can't imagine doing something that major in life, and then the father of my children is like someone that I would never even discuss or care to find out like how that person's doing if we are estranged. But that does happen. So anyway, the outcome card is the Four of Swords. So this is a card of getting your head together, getting your thoughts together. This may involve, in some cases, if you feel like you've been through a lot of stress, maybe with a relationship issue, you may take off from work. You may be already planning this, and when I say this, you're like, oh my God, I was already going to do that. Like a leave of absence, or simply go on some kind of a retreat. This is not a social card. This is a card of kind of self-reflection and renewal of your body and spirit. And I think it's a card of getting your thoughts together, because I see that this is 4. 4 is connected to the planet Saturn, which is about discipline and order. So swords are your thoughts. They're also your words. So if you have gone through some ordeal in a relationship, Scorpio, think about the words that you say. You may feel justified if you have gotten screwed over by somebody to speak about them a certain way, but does it really serve you? Does it prolong that connection, energetic cord that you have with that person? And just like, kind of processing things. If you are married, maybe you are going to separate so that you can do this, so that you can feel like you don't, dread coming home to a situation that is not very pleasant. Okay, that's what I have for you, Scorpio. I hope you guys have a wonderful, you early Scorpio degree sun signs have a wonderful birthday. There is, oh yeah, it's funny. There is a lunar eclipse in your opposite sign of Taurus, and this will fall in your seventh house of committed partnership. So perhaps that's what this is about. If you'd like a private reading, the link is below. Take care. Bye.